What's up, desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we have a huge bodybuilding news video for you guys today, and we are live, so you can get your comments in on YouTube live, and I'll try to get to as many of them as possible. But we have a lot of news, including Brandon Harding, why he was arrested and raided by a SWAT team. Also, Michal Krizo just days out from his IFBB pro card attempt. We've got all that plus much more coming up in this video, guys. I hope you enjoy it. What's up, desktopers? Let's get straight into this video. So I've got a lot of bodybuilding news for you guys. If you guys haven't subscribed to this channel, also if you haven't liked this video, make sure you smash that like button. I noticed we weren't getting as many live views on the last couple of lives I've done, so hopefully that helps out a little bit. And of course, getting in the comments as well and sharing this show out. So let's have a look. So we want to bring up, sorry guys, I'll just take 1 second. Here we go. So we've got Brett Wilkin, just 6 weeks out here, looking absolutely fantastic. I mean, there's a huge difference in this physique update where you can see the physique on the left. You look at the abs, they're like popping and they look thicker than they have been in the past as well. So he's added what looks like a decent amount of mass to his physique. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing how Brett looks in just 6 weeks' time in Romania. And that lineup, I think, is just going to get better and better as well because it is the last Olympia qualifier too. So who knows if we'll see guys just roll over from that Legion show that's coming up and go over to Romania or go to Prague, where Mikhail Krizo is meant to be competing if he does obviously get his pro card, which I'm assuming he will, and we do have an update from him later in this video as well. But I want to show you how far sort of Brett's come, because it's a long way compared to where he was just weeks ago. So here he is. Look at those abs. Just take notice of that. And this is a couple of days ago as well. And go down a little bit further. And this one, so we'll see how far this was ago. Okay, so this was the 6th of September. So, okay, we're looking at about 4 weeks ago now, but a little bit less as that other one was a few days. So 3 and a bit weeks, and it's a complete different physique. It's so much more conditioned now. So I think Brett looks awesome. Let me know what you think in the comments below about Brett Wilkin and how he's looking right now. Now, Brandon Harding, this is a pretty crazy sort of story, but he explains here. So I wanted to sort of take you guys through this. Hopefully I'm at the right part of the video here. I might have messed this up. I think I'm at the right part, where basically he explains how, I don't know if he says in the middle of the night. I'll play it anyway and I'll react to it. But basically he was raided and he had guns pointed at his head. So let's play this and I'll turn up the volume and hopefully you guys can hear this all right.
Times. We did the first show, we did the second show, we did a guest posing for Callum's first show, the Royal Rumble, where you got to do a posing at. We essentially did I'm the wrong part that I'm going to like kind of break down very, very quickly because I don't want to like go too much into depth about the hardships. Essentially, a few of the setbacks on this prep. One was I think it was 4 weeks into dieting. I recently bought like a BB gun from Amazon, and it was like 2 in the morning. And I was like playing with it inside my apartment. At 4 in the morning, I'm fast asleep, like literally at the beginning of prep. And I get a knock on the door and they're screaming, SWAT, SWAT. And I'm like kind of delirious about what's happening. Geordie's waking me up. She's like, Brandon, the police are at the door. And of course, I'm in.
Can you imagine literally cops being at your door yelling SWAT, SWAT in the middle of the night? Like, especially being a bodybuilder as well, they'd think you're some massive drug lord or something like that, I assume.
Massive disbelief. I'm like, there is absolutely no chance that this is happening right now. Anyway, it turns out one of the neighbors thought I actually had something inside my apartment, and they called me up for like arms, whatever. Got arrested, got put in a cell. That was the whole thing. And essentially I woke up the next day in the cell and they were like, hey, there's no evidence to press charges. BB guns are legal in the UK, which is just a scared neighbor. But I basically woke up at 4 in the morning with 6 gentlemen pointing assault rifles at my head. Obviously left in cuffs, the whole thing. And that honestly, like, it did shake me up a little bit, but
That's insane. So crazy story there from Brandon Harding about literally just having guns pointed at his head during his prep. So I haven't heard of this happening before. Like literally the dude had a BB gun. So it's crazy that SWAT was called and he had 6 guns pointed at his head in the middle of the night. So absolutely crazy. So I'm surprised this hasn't even been covered yet. So appreciate you guys getting in the comments as well. I'll be going back at the end of this video and basically yeah, basically answering as many of those as I can. And if you do any super chats too, I'll feature those right at the top. So crazy story there from Brandon Harding. Also,
Super
if you don't,
chats too, I'll feature those.
Sorry guys, I just basically have this up so I can check the poll results. So I've got a poll going right at the moment, and it's will Justin Rodriguez win the 2022 Legion Sports Fest Pro this weekend? 40% say yes, 60% say no. So let's get to that story right here. And I think I might actually be on the wrong page. Yeah, I don't think you're even seeing the page that I'm seeing right now. But let's bring up, where is it? We've got a story here. Here we are, Tonio Burton's story. So this is how we found out Justin Rodriguez is basically 100% confirmed going to be competing at the Legion Sports Fest this weekend. Tonio Burton's competing there. I believe Tonio Burton actually lives in Reno as well, so it's his home show. It says at Justin IFBB looking massive, and he tagged in Legion Sports Fest. And as you can see here, this is Justin Rodriguez, where I'm putting my mouse there. Super shaky, but you can see him there. Walking around, and then here we go. Justin basically reshares it and says, my bro, Tonio, got me. We won Indy last year, 212 and Open. So, sorry guys, last year Tonio won that 212 at Indy Pro, and Justin won the Open. So now we're going to be going head to head in the Open. So that's going to be cool to see, because Tonio Burton's looking like an absolute freak right now. You can see it here. He's just got some crazy muscle belly. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that matches up against the likes of Jamie Christian, who's over there now, who's going to be doing that show. People were saying, including myself, he could have potentially won the show on the weekend over there at the Yamamoto Pro. Also got Stanimal, Stan Delongeau. He's competing there, who's on the podcast quite a bit as well, and he's made some massive improvements. He's looking really good. So it's going to be a really, really good show, and I can't wait to see how it plays out. Let me know who you think will win the Legion Sports Fest, and let me know who else you think is competing there as well, because I'm not 100% sure on all the names that are going to be competing. But in our next story, basically Peter Molnar, he competed in the 212 the show just over the weekend. The Arnold Sports UK, I think it was, because a bunch of guys didn't make weight. There's 3 guys actually in the classic that didn't make weight. And I believe Peter Molnar needs to make a weight of 199. And he ended up doing the 212s, and he placed 4th. And he looked really, really good in the 212s. He probably filled up a little bit more, maybe, I don't know. But if he's got more room to play with, if he has to weigh in at 199 typically, if he can move up to 212, that's a lot of extra weight. You know, he's got at least an extra like 13 pounds to play with, and he missed the weight cap at this show. So presumably he can put another 10 pounds on, and he's only been aiming for classic. He's been bigger than this before when he's competed in other federations. So let's play what Chris Aceto had to say about Peter Molnar.
Peter is probably going to win his next 212 show. And, you know, it's so funny, Dave, because I'm so clueless, really. It's true. Like, I met Peter Molnar.
So Chris literally came out and said he's going to win his next 212 show, not mentioning that, you know, he's not going to go back to classic, which is what Peter Molnar's been doing the whole time in the IFBB.
2 years ago, and he's like, you know, I have this strategy. I want to do classic. I said, okay. I didn't even know who he was, right. You know, because he had a career earlier, like in his lifetime. Yeah. And he hadn't trained for a while. And he said, I wanted to, this is maybe 3 years ago.
He was a open bodybuilder.
Open bodybuilder. Yeah.
I actually assumed Peter Molnar actually was just big, and then he decided to diet away some of the muscle. I didn't realize he shrunk right down, didn't train for a few years, and then built all the way back up to this. So that's some cool information to sort of find out.
He's like probably like 217, 18 pounds, 220. So I want to qualify to become a pro in the IFBB. And then the next day, I want to win this pro show. And it was like a year away, and he hadn't trained for at least a couple of years. So he trained for a full year. He won this amateur show on a Saturday. On a Sunday, he went into the pro show, and he won that. And then,
so to kill a start to his pro career, I remember actually this because he wasn't a pro, and all of a sudden he's a pro, won a contest, going to the Olympia.
And since he's won a couple classic shows since, and then he did the Arnold, which he was peeled out of his brains for. But there was some imbalances there with the legs. And then he did the Olympia, same thing, very, very sharp, but imbalances with the legs. So he was getting ready here, and to bring him in.
I bet he has to over cardio to actually get in this sort of shape. So his legs just sort of fade because the muscle has to go from somewhere if he's just too heavy and already in like amazing shape. So I bet that's what happens with his legs. So if he can come in 212 and come in heavier, I think he'll look a lot better. But Chris just sort of
under the weight, you have to just hammer him at the end.
Sure.
And so he just didn't make the weight at this show, and so he jumped into 212, and he was fourth. But he was fourth with the idea of trying to be at this super low weight.
Right.
So I'm like, gosh, 212. And he probably could have been second there, I thought.
Mhm.
I said, 212, you got wiggle room there. I bring him down to what you don't know what he comes to all the way down to, Dave? It's crazy.
How much?
He comes down to 199.
Wow.
So it was interesting as well. Kristen mentioned anything about him being heighted wrong, which is something we looked at in one of our other videos because one of our amateurs was heighted totally different to what he's heighted. I think it was like 3 weeks prior or something by the same promoters as well. So there's no talk of that too.
So he's like 206 in this picture, but he's really impressive at 210. There's a big difference between 210 and 206.
Oh, no. Look, we were talking about that with what's come up.
Yeah. So he's going to do a show in 3 weeks. I expect him to win that, and he'll qualify for the Olympia in the 212, and he'll be qualified in both.
How tall is he?
He's like 5'7.5".
So that raises the argument again, if you qualify in both, if he qualified in Classic and in 212, should he be allowed to do both? But if he was aiming towards doing the 212 to be better and to improve his physique and come in bigger, then he just wouldn't be able to get down to Classic. So it's sort of catch-22 on that one anyway.
So he'll give up that classical qualification that he's got just because it's just too much to bring him down. I'll be like Derek Lunsford. Give him the special invite. It's just too dangerous to bring him down in weight. It's too bloody dangerous.
All right. While I'm praising your clients, let's pull up another one.
So yeah, really interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what Peter Molnar looks like when he comes in fuller. I think he'll actually look better next year because he's going to be competing this year, and it's only in 3 weeks going for the 212. Yeah, he's probably going to be able to push it and come in much fuller and much improved, and probably the best we've ever seen him in the IFBB. But I really don't know if that will be enough to contend for like a 212 title. But maybe with another year of just putting that muscle on and just being 13 pounds heavier than he is in Classic, maybe he'll just come in that much more impressive. So let me know what you think about Peter Molnar's chances in the 212 this year and going forward as well. And for those who don't know who Peter Molnar is, he doesn't have actually the greatest photos of himself on here, to be honest. But here's some from Peter Molnar when he's doing open bodybuilding. See if it's just more fullness to muscle there, but he really does come in good. He's always in great condition, as he was at this last show. So looking forward to seeing what he looks like in 212 with a little bit more muscle. Now, Jay Cutler has been talking a little bit on this. I wasn't going to mention this in this video, but I think it was a cool topic. He basically mentions that he believes that it's going to be lights out. Big Ramy is going to win this 2022 Mr. Olympia. I want to play for you what Jay Cutler had to say because I heard something else said by another Mr. Olympia as well, and I might make another video on that. But here's what Jay Cutler had to say on his latest podcast.
Mr. Olympia, the question is does Big Ramy retain his third this year? I think so. If you guys want my opinion on who's going to win, if you asked me early in the year, I would have probably been uncertain, probably would have actually been pushing towards Brandon, but now I'd have to say, Big Ramy's got it in the bag. So let's go walk here. I'm going to show you guys.
So Jay Cutler's that impressed that he believes he's got it in the bag already, which we all said that Big Ramy really has to close the door this year and make sure that he's lights out because of what's gone on this year with the not showing up at the guest posings, all that sort of stuff. But now it seems like the narrative's changed based on physique updates. And I called this, but I didn't think the physique updates would still be this impressive. So let me know in the comments, do you think that it's lights out? Big Ramy has the 2022 Mr. Olympia in the bag, or can you see someone else coming in? I see in the comments a lot of the time, a lot of support for Nick Walker, a lot of support for like Andrew Jacks as well, some of these other bodybuilders. Hardy Troop. And I don't see a huge amount for Brandon Curry, but he's been the guy who's been knocking on the door the last couple of years and won the year prior to that as well. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. But we've got a physique update from Michal Krizo, looking crazy, just days out from that Amateur Olympia that he's doing in Italy. And you can see the details coming through here, and he's still got a lot of fullness. Like, I don't know if he's in a depletion phase right now, because this is, how many days out is it? It's Tuesday. Probably this was taken on Monday, Tuesday. And he's probably competing, I'm guessing, on a Saturday. So he's 5 days out, and this is typically when guys are most depleted, and he's looking full as a house. So super impressed with this physique update. But we get to see some posing right at the end of this as well. So pulls the most muscular and looks pretty damn crazy. Look at that. But is that good enough condition, do you think? Like, because obviously he's showing his strongest body parts. He's got crazy shoulders. He's got pretty crazy traps and crazy arms. And I mean, his chest is obviously pumped up there as well. So it's sort of like, you get those like skin splitting sort of pumps, which he has there. So how impressive do you think he's actually looking here? And how impressive do you think he'll look on stage in terms of conditioning? I mean, in the gym with a pump, all that sort of stuff, he can look a little bit more impressive, but maybe he could look washed out on stage. I don't know. He looks crazy here, though. So he can't really do any more than look this good in this video, but I'd love to see this shirt off as well, and just to see how the whole physique flows this close to a contest. But I don't think anyone's going to be beating him to aim for his pro card. I heard he's going to be doing the Prague Pro after this, so I don't know when that is in terms of how many weeks after, but I think it's a couple of weeks maybe. And he's going to be damn hard to beat in that as well. So we'll probably see, I'd say more than likely, Mikhail Krizo on the Olympia stage this year, but I wouldn't say it's a foregone conclusion. I think that there's a distinct chance that someone else could come in and knock him out of that. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below about Mikhail Krizo. Do you think he'll make the Mr. Olympia this year? And I'll go to the poll results as well and check what you guys had to say about, actually, I can't even remember what the poll was, to be honest, but I will check it out right now. It was, will Justin Rodriguez win the 2022 Legion Sports Fest Pro this weekend? And it's pretty split. We've got 45% say yes and 55% say no. So drop in the comments who you think will win that contest this weekend. But I'm going to go to, I'll stop that screen share and I'll go to the comments, and I'll see what you guys are saying here. So I'm saying Ian 10th to 12th. I'm assuming you mean Ian Valier in the Mr. Olympia. I'm not too sure. Mike D, same here. Ian, top 6. You guys having your own conversation. Let us know about some of the things in the video that we talked about here. Here we go. Daddy Snacks says, yes, open bodybuilding is the way with Peter. Yeah, I think 212 for now. I mean, if you can get to open and do well, that'll be killer. Mike D, sorry, I'll bring up your comment. The heightening in at every show is dumb. I totally agree. I think that, I mean, Chris Bumstead even made a comment on it about having to take your height at every show, that it's a little bit excessive. I totally agree with that. Lots of comments, guys. Appreciate you guys having conversations back and forth and getting in there and giving your opinions. P looks gnarly in bodybuilding, not classic in my opinion. All right. And this is from Dakota Steyer? Steyer? I don't know. People are really growing in their 30s height-wise. Oh, I thought you meant. I thought you were talking about weight-wise. I'm like, for sure, Kamal El Gagni's growing a ton. You guys still having conversations about Ian Valier. So MVP says Samson, Andrew, Lunsford all beat Ian. I mean, yeah, there's a distinct possibility of that. I mean, I'm probably going to be predicting Samson based off that latest video. Also, Andrew Jack can be crazy, and Lunsford. I mean, they're all really good guys, so it is tough. But Ian can bring a gnarly, freaky, Branch Warren-esque, I guess, sort of level of freakiness, condition, muscle, and all that sort of stuff, and that can put him above guys that have perhaps better shapes and that are more genetically blessed. And that could be a battle with Andrew Jack, and I'd love to see that. An Andrew Jack that's in better condition than he was in, then I think that it would be very, very hard to beat. Brett the Butcher Wilkin killing Bzex. Thank you, my bro. we'll definitely have to. I've been meaning to send you guys a message in the Bodybuilding University group to set up a pod for this week. Hopefully, we can all jump on there as well. Winstrol Churchill. I like that name. Hey Xavier, loving the show. What did you compete at weight height? When I competed, so I'm like 5'11 and a half, 6 foot, somewhere around there. And when I last competed in classic, I did, what was I at? How many kilograms? I wasn't that heavy. I was like 87 kilograms, whatever that is. So times that by 2.2 and you have your weight in pounds. So not that heavy, to be honest. I don't have humongous legs, but what is it? 87 kg. Sorry, my keyboard's not level there. So 192 pounds is what I competed at. So not heavy whatsoever. But I need to add some mass and try to get much bigger. Gotta find stream out again. I'll answer a couple more questions. I'll wrap this video up because I think when people see too long of videos on the replays, I don't want to watch them. Desktop bodybuilding. Do you think this year will be the year the judges start transitioning the judging criteria? We've got more tall guys this year than ever before, but the thing is, these questions from Turk Vipali, they don't go for the height of Jamie Christian, because I thought he could have definitely won the contest just gone this weekend. He looked damn impressive to me, or he could have at least got second. But, you can make a case for Mark Hector with how good his physique looks. He was harder than the last show and all that sort of stuff. So I can see the cases, but I guess the fact he wasn't compared him as a final 2 call out, I think it should have been a final 3 call out. I think he deserved that comparison because when he stood next to him in some pose, I'm like, geez, he wipes that pose because he's just so big. Anyway, Lunsford is dangerous from Mike D. Yep, 100%, very dangerous. And we're forgetting, you just forget guys because there's so many. You forget that Brandon Curry's over there in Kuwait and he's been out there for a while. So it's definitely going to be a great Olympia. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you so much for jumping on the live once again. Winstrol Churchill. People appreciate the answers. Cheers, mate. I'm from Birmingham, not Birmingham, as I said in another video. Birmingham. Was at the Arnold UK, so saw it live. Good show. Andrew looked mad in person. Yeah, it's one of those things where until you see people in person, the actual competitors, you don't know exactly what they look like. I've seen it with William Bonnet before. It's my perfect example. See him in person, it's like, wow, he's so much more impressive because that muscle just looks crazy and it looks so 3D. It looks like 4D almost, So those 8K videos that look more real than actually being there in person. Pleasure. Jamie was robbed. Anyway, it's been my pleasure jumping on, guys. Thank you so much. Daddy Snack says, Xavier, we need you on Spotify, man. I will definitely look into that. Just give me a few weeks. I've got a lot going on. Very busy at the moment. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for jumping on the live. That's it for this one. If you enjoyed this content, give the video a thumbs up. Smash a thumbs up even at the end of this live. It'll probably help it when it goes up in just normal time as well. And if you are watching this on replay, get in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are on all the things that I spoke about in this video. I will get back to more of those post live show comments as well, because they're much appreciated and I appreciate all the love. And if you can share it out on Instagram as well, I'll share it out on my Instagram. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. For Xavier Wills, sorry, I'm going to try to do this outro different. So I'm going to say, this is Desktop Bodybuilding. I'm Xavier Wills, and we are out.